And we are back. We are now for map number 2. This is Ascent, Team 2D versus Team sofT for our second game of the semifinals of the Galorants Community League, powered by Elgato. I am Sajidine, joined by Dr. Delta. Let's pop in, lock in.
It is. That last map was so exciting, and I am looking forward to see what these two teams have on Ascent. Like you said, it is the semifinals, so Team 2D are probably a little bit stressed. They know they need to win this map to have one more chance at going to the finals. So it's a high stakes game for sure.
The all 5 jet highlight strategies happening right now for Team sofT.
They're playing, trying to do a slow reveal, keeping it a surprise to all of the viewers out there.
Ooh. Sumi, she is switching things up. That's a jet lock on her instead of her Sage from last game. So not just an agent switch, a role switch as well. Easy.
Yeah, you're right. For the most part, at least on the side of 2D, we do have similar agents, but like you said, Itsumi definitely switching things up instead of the Sage.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm liking we're seeing a Killjoy lineup as well on the side of sofT. I'm a big fan of hers on this map, Viper as well for them, which really worked out for them last map, so I'm happy to see it come back. And on the side of Team 2D, a little bit of the same as well for them, but Sad Pabello is switching things up. She's on the Sova.
You're totally right. And what's interesting is 2D is choosing not to go with a typical Sentinel pick. So I know technically Sage is a Sentinel, but you know, not in, I guess, the traditional sense of trying to figure out information like Cypher or Killjoy would. And they are quite powerful on this map. So I want to see how 2D compensates for that.
I do too, but it looks like Team 2D is gonna 5-man slow walk their way onto A main. Yep. Sova drone trying to scout, will spot one. Make that a double for the rest of the team. So paint shells flying out, but they're not ready to commit. They've already fallen back to Gelato, gonna make their way through. And it's a quiet rotation.
Fortunately, Team sofT, they initially tried to rotate off of that initial noise, but have gone back to their defaults once they sensed that things were slowing a bit down for 2D.
The rotation didn't have to go far. It looks like the commitment is still on the same A site. Noises are made.
30 seconds.
So sofT, very much aware that Team 2D is here. Utilities coming down. Itsumi is gets the opening kill. Make that a double for herself. Trying to hold down this site. She'll boost her way through. Spike still not able to go through. She spots another. She's on a triple with 10 HP. Will finally fall. But that's Spike running out of time. And sofT will claim that first round.
Yeah, 2D is taking it very slowly, especially for a pistol round. And if not for almost running out of time, they were essentially all eliminated beforehand, but there was very little time to get a spike plant down. And sofT doing very well to adapt to that approach, not rotating, and rotating just enough with that noise that Jay heard.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, but look at this aggressive play from Itsumi. She's trying to find someone, turns the wrong way. Shuvi punishes her for it.
Yeah.
As a judge. With that Lear pushing their way now onto site, gets spotted, but Shuvi sitting in the corner. Junji will take out one. That is Spike. But bodies not in the favor of sofT here. So much utility going down. Smokes are up. And it's a 3v4 on this retake. Spike ticking away. Oh, with that flash, Shuvi forced to fall back a bit. She still has that judge. Wants to get a kill. Grabs herself one. Will dismiss out. Tries to get a heal, but gets taken out by Jay. Trying to clear all of the corners here, but that Spike, they're going to have to stick through. With that wall, has to be a little bit hard. Eventually will fall. It's a tie, 1-1 for 2D.
One enemy remaining.
So, definitely sofT trying to do the opposite of what happened the first round. Tsumi, we saw get a little bit antsy trying to get those initial aggressive picks coming to their downfall. And that initial pick was enough to make the A site just clear enough for 2D to get the spike planted and get in their post positions for that round win. And now they're able to buy up, and looks like for this round, slowing things down again. They don't even have the spike with them, so they're intending to take picks off and figure out which side is the best to go.
Absolutely. And I mean, I like this. Look at how money poor sofT is right now. So these are really favorable battles, I think, for 2D if they can make it work for them long range.
You're absolutely right. They are in the advantage in terms of their armory and just even though sofT does have that killjoy, actually blocking entry. Oh well, nope, never mind. They were able to clear out all of that killjoy utility, and so they have essentially open reins into the site, whichever they decide to go.
I know. I'm just watching the map here. Katarina will open up with that
30
pick.
seconds left.
And they are just forcing sofT to run back and forth here. Making so much noise on all sides of the map. But B is the battleground of choice. That spike is now going down. Mitsumi will find Shuvi on that flank. That should be a rifle as well in her hands now. Oh, but Corpse finds herself one. sofT down to 2 players. But we've seen Itsumi.
Last player standing.
And she falls. It's now down to the 1. Spike taking away. Even through the wall. Corpse with a triple. Claims that round for Team 2D.
And like you were saying, it was to be expected because 2D did have that weapons advantage, and because they went so slow in the round, it just allowed them to, well, first of all, get that initial pick, but then also have just favorable positioning compared to sofT. So it looks like with that last round, they are confident enough to be able to buy up, not just with rifles, but to an upgrade to an Odin as well. And oh no, they sold it back. Oh, I was ready to see a Reyna on an Odin. That's potentially very scary.
Yeah. Do you like it with or without the Empress, though?
Oh, it's just scary all around, to be honest.
Yeah. I agree. Crazy purple lady running around with an Odin. I don't like it.
Yeah, it just spells trouble.
It really does. I'm still seeing this slow default play here. Everybody's just kind of shoulder peeking each other, playing very passive. And I don't blame them. They have a Blade Storm up in the hands of Itsumi. But she's playing up from heaven. One of the utilities is burned on that breach. But look, there's just no movement from either side.
So slow. But you do see that sofT and its members taking very slow peeks, trying to get as much information as possible.
Yes, they get spotted finally at middle here. Jay first to fall as Cat is now compromised as they try to push their way through. But Junji slowing things down with that hot hands. Itsumi will find a kill up in heaven. She expends all of her blades, has to dash herself back. Katarina finds one on the flank, but it's now 10 seconds with a spike. Not on in the hands of Sad Pomelo, who's up in heaven here. Gets spotted. Tie game.
So here was an example of, one of the consequences of playing around so slow. Again, just barely having enough time to plant the spike. Still, they were, essentially the players have gone down quite early, but not having enough time to plant the spike, not enough time to get into a favorable position. So it again is the consequence of just waiting things out. But this time, full sending towards B, possibly going to do a bit more of an aggressive approach compared to those last 2 rounds.
Yeah, they are going to have to power through, though, this utility hold onto B site. That's a Viper and a Killjoy playing here. How frustrating is that going to be?
Oh, and the snake bite. Okay, you shall not pass is essentially what sofT is saying. Closing the door as well. That site is on lockdown for sure.
Right? I mean, and look at how the rest of sofT are playing here. That's a opening pick by Iris. Will get taken out. Let's say 4v4 still, but all of this utility flying through. Hurting so much on the side of Team 2D as they try to make their way over. Reanimal still in the back of sight. Will find herself one. Rest of the team trying to make their way over here. She's holding things down. Make that a double for her. And just like that, sofT will claim another.
Yeah, that was a beautiful retake from sofT. We spoke just about how that site was on lockdown with both Viper and Killjoy. 2D did manage to make their way onto the site, but by then they just had so much information. There was so much of a delay that the rest of the cavalry was able to come on and help out with that defense. So pushing 2D back onto a very poor buy to face Itsumi on the sniper.
Yep.
Spike down A.
She finds the opening kill, taking out Katarina. That's an operator for sure. And 2D very much hesitant, trying to push their way through. They're gonna fall back a bit. Alright, it's a me. It's a me. Alright. Itsumi is now going to play aggressive, but her teammates following things up on the other side of the map. Junji will get one. Sad Pomelo takes her down with that Sheriff. It's a 4v3, but Spike still nowhere near any site right here.
Yeah, I mean, they are, or Team 2D are in a very tight spot. They know Itsumi is waiting at the A site with an operator, and they might get a sense for all of that Killjoy utility on the B site. So their options are looking quite dismal. Not only that, but they're a woman down.
Yeah. With barely 10 seconds left on that clock, they are going to run their way onto site,
Player
but
standing.
they are going to deal with the rolling thunder as well as that turret getting a kill. No time to get that spike down. Sad Pomelo is definitely sad. They will lose this round.
Yes, she is very, very sad. Again, with the delay in trying to get onto the site, just making it difficult. You have just a few seconds left to be able to get onto site, and by then things get very frantic. So making it difficult to just get in the optimal position. This time, 2D planning to go to the A site. May not catch It's Me, but they will have to face Jinji. Or, no, Jay.
Yep, Jay indeed, but they are sitting on 5 ultimates to their name. Rika, opening kill, takes out Junji. Katarina barreling her way through. She's going to get that spike down. And it's going to be a 4v5 on this retake. With the wall as well as those slow orbs slowing things down. It's Sami on the flank. They are very much aware she is there. They're gonna try to force her hand. That is a lockdown in play. But Orbital Strike will take it down. And they still have so much utility and ultimates available on the side of 2D. It's Spike already taken away. Katarina, with that showstopper, able to connect. Everybody's just getting these picks. Flawless round for the attackers. They will get that round, get the money, get that operator. So many.
Yes, so definitely an advantageous round for Team 2D, able to get that operator, and it wasn't too expensive for them. They, like you said, all 5 members had ultimates. They only needed to invest 2 of them to be able to win that last round. We saw the Showstopper and the Orbital Strike coming out. So hopefully with this next round, having still 3 ultimates, they'll be able to use that and maybe the operator to their advantage as they approach the A site.
Yeah, and it looks like the way sofT is playing their A site right now definitely is in a bit of a more of a retake situation, but Junji, huge pick for her, manages to take out Shubi from that wall on top of the hot hands. Rest of the team already rotating over, but 2D, I don't think they want to commit.
No, it looks like they are falling back, but they were able to force the rotate and some utility. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
It's sad Pomelo who takes that with that short battle, but Junji grabs herself a double, holding this site down for sofT right now. All utility being expended onto that short. Oh goodness,
30
Viper.
seconds left.
Very annoying to deal with her. She's gonna try to push her well through. She still was. One more snake bite, but that's just a satchel over it. Rika will bring Shubi back to life. Spike is now going down with time to spare, but Junji, strong round for her. Triple kill so far. Run it back is now being used. Will get removed, but they know where Katarina is on the corner, and suddenly give me a corpse. She's all on her own. Will fall. That's a point on the board for sofT.
Yeah, that was an expensive round for 2D. So investing, even though they were able to get those initial picks, fortunately not able to win that round with that investment of those 2 ultimates. I do like what they are doing, though, trying to mix things up as best as possible, doing both a passive approach in terms of how they enter site, and then with we saw the last one being a little bit more aggressive.
Yep, it's Sami, operator in hand, finds her opening kill. That was pretty big. Manages to, but hey, 2D even things out. They're going to barrel their way through onto A against all of this Killjoy utility. Reanimals, she'll find herself one, but she's getting sprayed down to 30 HP. Spots everybody else, rest of her team trying to rotate over, try to see if they can help her out, keep her alive. But Rika, that's a double for her now. Corpse grabs herself another, and suddenly we're down to 2, and they know where Reanimals is. Rika with that triple. They will now get that spike down, and Iris on her own has to battle against 3. They spot her. Back and forth, 4K for Rika. Strong round for her.
Like you said, a strong round, able to get the operator from the hands of Itsumi. You see how powerful she is with it, just getting that initial pick. But the initial pick was not enough to win that last round. This pushing sofT are back a bit on it. Well, it looks like they are going to buy rifles, or at least they're trying to figure it out. So 4 rifles coming out on the side of sofT with the Blade Storm. So hopefully able to get that as an investment as well.
For sure. And looks like Team 2D want to make a play here at A. Lear in the hands. Already ready to go. Pain shells drop in. That steam beacon doing some work, charging everybody up. And they will claim site for now and get that spike down. But it's still a 5v5 on the retake. So much utilities just drop in that pesky Viper wall that you're gonna have to play through. But it's sofT. She finds herself the opening pick. Make that a double now for Team 2D. It's Hami. Grabs herself one. Definitely we're like even bodies here. Katarina grabs one. Make that one more for her friend Corpse. And it's all up to Reanimals. She needs to tap that spike.
One enemy remaining.
Oh.
Managed to make a 1v1, but
Right now.
she's gonna have to stick it. She'll have no time. Corpse closing things out, tying things up. 5-5 for Team 2D.
So earlier on, I mentioned how will 2D get along without a, traditional Sentinel, and we see that they're doing it just fine. Rika was able to block off the entry into A site, making it a little bit difficult for sofT to have a proper retake. So you see the power of Sage on this map.
Oh, Rolling Thunder used to open things up for this save round for sofT. They're barreling through. It's a trade on both sides for now. Flashes coming out. Mollies as well, but rifles so far doing a lot of work, but it's still a 3v3 here. With all those flashes and utility being burned.
Found them. Bomb grenade out.
Reanimals very much aware, but that's a res on the side of 2D to bring the advantage back in their favor. And looks like B is the play.
Fire in the hole.
Showstopper in the hands of Katarina. Not able to connect, nobody on site, but they will claim it as their own as that spike goes down.
There.
Those pings as well. Very much aware where the rest of sofT are. And all they got.
Iris.
Nope, not Iris, but he's going to find that flank. Nope.
Player standing.
Rika grabs herself one. This is now all up to Jay with just the sheriff in her hand walled off. They spot the head. sofT closes things out with a triple. Team 2D gets it.
Last round in the half.
So you see again the power of the Sage wall on the attack. So definitely nothing to scoff at. softy essentially barreled down the A main, and I mean that was a reasonable decision because they were on only pistols and SMGs. So knowing that they were at a disadvantage, trying to take the fight to them, they were able to get a few picks off of it, but that didn't work out in the end. But with that, able to buy up to full rifles for this next round.
For sure. And again, A is where the initial presence is being shown by Team 2D. They've claimed that orb, made the noise, but it's Sami, aggressive push through middle. She's very much aware that this is clear. So that's already a commitment onto A site here for Team 2D, and rest of sofT already made their way over. Uh-oh, that's a spike. Careful. She's gonna have to dash away. Rest of Team 2D will fall back.
But they have all that information.
Yeah, that they do. It is... We're approaching the 30-second marker. Everybody still up. Hunter's Fury is going to be used to try and see if they can clear out a site, as they've made their way through to A, but Iris Peach locks that down. So rest of Team 2D looks like they're going to play over onto B, but that's a lot of Killjoy utility they're going to have to run into, as Reanimal, still postured out here, will eventually get taken out. Time taking away. They will get that spike down, but it's Sumi. She's on site. Stops it. They don't have enough time anymore.
There's no... Oh, they ran out of time. And sad Pomelo just outside. Maybe to get a pick? Oh, nope. No pick.
That is a tie half, Delta. Oh my god.
I believe this is another tied half, right? We were at tied half for Icebox. So these teams are just neck and neck for their just their competitiveness and their ability to kind of adapt to each other's play.
But now it's a little bit of a reset. The sides are switched. And we saw sofT come out on top the last time this happened. And it's a question of 2D. Will they be able to maintain whatever momentum that they had? Oh, but this is a little bit of a skerfuffle over in B halls. That wall is up. Utilities are down. Sad Pomelo grabs one through that smoke. Throws her shock darts down. It's a lot of damage. She claims a double for herself. Now suddenly, sofT down to 3 are going to have to fall back.
Yeah, left to fall back and rotate, and 2D still in a pretty good position. All members are still alive, and they do have presence on the A site as well.
Yeah, that's already a smoke and a rotation coming out from the rest of Team 2D. And this is... They're also kind of like in a pinch-her move right here. You have that turret watching the flank, but Corpse finds herself one. Jay will get her claim one for herself, but it's
30 seconds left.
3v2 with barely any HP on the side of...
Player standing.
Oh my goodness. And as I say that, round claimed by Team 2D.
Yeah, Team 2D, you see a kind of parallels, like you were saying, to the last map, where they are able to use the Sage Wall to just deny access to the site. And it's so powerful, especially on a pistol round, because you just need so many hits, essentially clawing your way either with your blades or with the pistol to get through, just making it that much difficult to get onto site.
Exactly.
Here.
Looks like there's some pings coming out. Rika holding onto her wall, but she's gonna get flashed. She'll push that up. And that's gonna force the rest of sofT to fall back.
Yeah. Again, just trying to keep things on lock. They are rotating a bit, but they sent a message saying B site is not for you, putting the wall up and sending a few shock darts into the garage.
Exactly. And I would say the same thing about A right now because they just managed to pick out one on the push onto A site and another at middle. So number-wise, it's a little bit hard for Team sofT to try and make something happen here.
Right, Team
Looks
sofT's
like
down.
A is the play.
Team sofT's down, but
30 seconds
now down another person. Left to 2 people with
Yeah.
not much utility available for them to be able to take this site successfully.
Yep, utilities going down, trying to get that spike down, but it's a me.
10 seconds left. Last
She's
player
gonna get
standing.
through, but no, she's not gonna have enough time and deal with the rest of Team 2D. Team 2D taking this again, 6-8 now for them.
2D is just inching ever so close, trying to make sure that they get themselves. So they won the pistol, they won the next round, and they know it is important to win the next round as well as everyone will be up to rifles. They have to keep this momentum because sofT is known for those clutch plays and being able to keep up with the other team.
Exactly. Utilities and smokes coming down onto A with that orb pickup from sofT. That's gonna be a bit of a signal for Team 2D, but Corpse, oh my god, with her molly, manages to get 2 on the entry. That's a site that's locked down right now. Junji on the flank. Trying to see if she can spot one, but Corpse says, not today. Triple kill for her.
One
It's
enemy remaining.
down to 2.
Spike
Make
down
that
A.
one as Shuvi cleans it up. 9 points for Team 2D.
Like I said, they know that they have to keep this momentum going, and that they did. They used so much aggression that last round, trying to get a pinch on Team sofT, not even allowing them to essentially enter the site. So I do like that approach, an aggressive approach coming from Team 2D. sofT needs to be careful here. It looks like they might go up B, but they will be facing Katarina.
That's a beautiful paint shells, forcing a lot of people back from tiles. And that wall as well coming up. And sofT just a little bit stuck here. Oh, it's Sumi. She spots one. Takes 3 tries, but will eventually find the head of Sad Pomelo. She will also pick herself up a rifle. That's a spray. Oh, trading to see who connects, but it's Rika on the push. Grabs her. But site now compromised with a lot of people from sofT on there. Advantage up 1 for Team 2D on this retake as that spike is taking away. But this is a lineup right here. Iris Peach.
You should run.
Lockdown in play as well for the Killjoy.
Last player standing.
They're trying to push through. Lockdown is destroyed, but they are going to tap that spike. She's hurting. She had to stop it a little bit, but Iris Peach, she's already here. Rika finds the head. Oh, so close. And they will claim this round. Again, now this is 10 points for 2D.
Yeah, that was a valiant attempt from Iris Peach with a beautiful lineup, but fortunately it was too little too late trying to go up against that many more members. And again, we see 2D being a bit more aggressive, trying to keep this momentum. We saw Sad Pomelo peeking into the garage, trying to get as much information as possible, and that was just enough for the rotates to be signaled and them to essentially defend the B site with enough members.
Mm-hmm. And if you're softy here, you're trying to figure out where can we go that'll get us the round. And it's been very frustrating having to play through against all of this utility on the entry on that Sage. As well as the Molly on the brim. They just do not want you to enter sight, so they try to delay everything as much as they can. And Katarina takes out It's Me over at short, and that's a big kill for them too. So now they're at a number disadvantage as they try to push through.
Already at a disadvantage, time is ticking, and we've seen before the issues of waiting so long to be able to plant the spike.
Katarina, that's a double for her. Will finally fall to Reanimals, but
enemy remaining.
Sad Pomelo
Down mid.
grabs herself too, and now they have spike control. While Iris, to her lonesome, will try to see if she can get a kill. Nope, she does not. It is Shuvi that closes out the round.
Okay, things are getting a lot tighter for Team sofT. Not only are 2D starting to run away with this, but they have forced them back into a pretty frazzled buy. We see as Spectres coming out from most of the members and light shields. And while, at least on Icebox, they were able to overcome some of the gun differentials, haven't been so lucky with this map.
That's a heavy presence over at mid, though. Sad Pomelo finds Reanimals to open things up. Utilities being dropped at mid so much. But Junji with a stinger, and as well as that Blade Storm in the hands of It's Me. They're just trying to see if they can push through. Oh, but that's an orbital strike from Corp. Perfectly dropped. Kills 2 over at Market. And suddenly, it's a 2v3.
Go spike.
Looks like sofT will pick up that spike. They're gonna play together, try to make their way onto A, which at this point is their best bet. It is a little bit abandoned, but Corpse is here. Just on the outsides
30
of it.
seconds left.
Actually moves
Oh,
a bit.
no.
Will
Enemy
spot
remaining.
Junji with the spike!
Down A.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Welcome to my world.
And now we have Viper's Pit being used. She's gonna try to use that. That's a spray for Corpse. She knows it's there. But Iris will connect. She'll have time to get that spike down. Has to deal with the 2 bodies
One enemy remaining.
from Team 2D. Will get herself 1. Oh, this is huge. What? On the hunt. Sprays it down.
I'll use a stick next time.
Iris with the clutch and a triple. Keeps the dream alive for Team sofT.
What was that? Oh my goodness, Iris. That was such a round. That's one for the highlight reel for sure. Oh my goodness. I can't believe she managed to clutch that out. That was such a well-timed Viper's Pit. Caused just enough chaos for 2D to just not be able to respond appropriately, and she was able to get the picks she needed. I'm sure her adrenaline is pumping at this moment because that's the round they needed to be able to stay in this map.
For sure. Huge round for them indeed. They've already burned through that Sage wall over at B. Iris drops her wall down too, so it looks like there's definitely some sort of commitment here, but Showstopper from Katarina will find herself 1. And now it's a question of, do we stick this out or do we commit?
Toxin screen down.
There's so much patience from both sides. But a lot of damage done on the side of sofT here.
Much patience, and they're probably waiting for Viper's wall to refresh because that was so key in that last round
Poison
to
orb emitting.
block the vision.
Yep. As you said, with her utilities coming back online, she drops 2 of her spits, tries to slow down the push, but Rika on site, locking it down, got 3 for herself before finally being removed. And now match point in favor of Team 2D.
Match point.
Okay, Team 2D trying to recover. They almost had a perfect half, but again, that last round from Iris, it still has me a little pumped. But 2D managed to recover, and they know how important this map is to be able to stay in the semifinals. So if they're able to overcome this, we'll be at an even score, and again, just the stakes for this next round.
For sure. And the way Sad Pomelo with her drone will spot a lot of bodies outside at B, and if they're not gonna commit, Rika on the operator grabs herself a big one by taking out It's a Me. And that's a flash to force the rest of Team 2D back. And sofT gonna barrel through Cat, but Corpse, she'll spray 1, will finally be removed. Empress is used as well. It's a 3v4 lockdown in play, hoping to see if they can clear out the site here. Iris will grab herself 1, 2v3 right now with Empress still going off.
Toxin screen down.
But look at the HP on the side of sofT. Iris will fall. And it's now all up to Reanimals here. She'll grab herself 1, her turret, giving her information on the flank. She takes down another. She's gonna run all the way to the other side, giving some time for that res to come out on the side of 2D, which they will do right now, but I think that's kind of a sacrifice you have to do.
Playing the spike, barely 10 seconds left. Reanimal is top fragging for her team, but can she clutch this out to stay in the map?
Yeah, this is
Swarm grenade out.
precarious position for her now. She pops that grenade, tries to slow things down with her turret. She's gonna get crossfired here. Gets found by Shuvi. Valiant effort, but that is match game point, I would say, for Team 2D. They tie the series up.
That they do. Staying in
Defenders win.
this series for just one more map. So we do get to see our 3rd map of the night on Bind. But man, these 2 games have just been so close and so breathtaking. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to see what happens for the next map.
Absolutely. We will take another short break. We will be back for map number 3 in a little bit. Otherwise, stick around, sit back, relax, and enjoy the music.